Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive with us. And today we're tackling a story.
Yeah, this one's
It's gonna stick with you.
it really is. It's
For a while, I think.
one of those that just gets under your skin a bit. Yeah.
So this is about a young woman named Phree Valentine and the summer of 1993.
Right.
That changed her life.
Yeah, forever.
Forever. And
In a lot of ways.
we've got a transcript
Okay.
from a YouTube video by Rainrose Media,
Oh, okay.
part of their Survivor series.
All right.
And it's Phree's own words
Powerful stuff.
about what happened
Absolutely.
when she was just 14 years old looking for a fresh start
Yeah.
and walked into a really terrifying situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, just listening to it,
Yeah.
you can't help but wonder if maybe we're hearing the origin story of Rainrose herself.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. The intensity, the survival.
Yeah.
I can definitely hear echoes of that in her work.
Definitely.
So that adds a whole other layer to this to think about.
So let's start at the beginning.
Okay.
Phree's 14 years old, and Suzette, this woman, offers her a room.
Okay. A place to stay.
Yeah, it must have felt like a huge turning point.
Oh, absolutely. You know, that basic human need for safety belonging
Yeah,
can make you so vulnerable.
right.
And that offers a room, simple as it sounds,
Yeah,
promises security.
right, which is what she's yearning for.
Exactly. And it shows how powerful even a small glimmer of hope can be,
Yeah,
but also how devastating it can be when that hope is betrayed.
yes. And almost from the start, there's this unease
Oh, yeah.
about Suzette's brother living in the basement.
Right, like a shadow over everything.
You know that little
Yeah,
voice
yeah.
saying, oh.
Yeah, that instinct. Our intuition picks up on things sometimes that our conscious mind might try to ignore.
Right, especially when you're desperate for things to go right.
Exactly.
So before this, Phree's trying to build a normal life,
Yeah.
school job at McDonald's.
Trying to fit in.
That's the thing. It's like, she wants normalcy.
Absolutely. That detail about McDonald's,
Yeah.
it grounds her. You
Right.
know, it shows she's participating in the world, trying to create a routine,
Totally.
and then it all gets ripped away.
And then comes the big shift. Suze announces she's going to Jamaica,
Okay.
leaving Phree alone with her brother and his friends.
Oh, wow.
It's so casual.
Yeah.
Looking back, it's chilling.
That's when the safety net disappears.
Completely.
That sudden exposure, you think you found refuge, and then...
You're trapped.
Yeah, trapped. And it just shows how quickly things can change.
So Phree's instincts were right.
Yeah.
Within hours of Suzette leaving, the brother and his friends make their move.
Oh, no.
And it's just brutal. They tell her she has to work for them.
What?
Just like that.
Blatant exploitation.
Total disregard for her.
Yeah, no respect for her well-being at all.
And when she refuses,
Good for her.
that spark of defiance, I mean, wow.
That's a turning point right there.
It is. It shows her strength.
Even in that moment of terror,
Yeah.
she says no.
But then
What happens?
they don't let her retreat to her room,
Oh, God.
which is, what she thought would be safe.
Yeah.
They drag her down to the basement.
The basement. Oh, my God. That's like...
Can you imagine?
Yeah, that's like a symbol.
Yeah.
It's like going down into
The
darkness.
loss of light.
Fear confinement.
Musty the darkness.
All your senses
Yeah.
telling you you're trapped.
And this is to break her.
Yeah, it's deliberate.
But Phree doesn't break.
Wow.
Her resolve gets stronger.
How is that even possible?
I don't know, but you see it in Survivors.
It's like this primal survival instinct kicks in,
Yeah.
and maybe past trauma,
Yeah.
instead of paralyzing her, fuels her determination not to be a victim again.
And she fights back.
No way.
The transcript describes it as primal rage
Wow.
and this ferocity that
Yes,
surprises her attackers.
It throws them off guard.
Nails, teeth, pure will.
It's brutal, but it's that will to survive.
At any cost.
The basement becomes this battleground. It's not about subjugation anymore. It's about resistance.
Every scratch, every bite.
A declaration that she won't be defeated.
And somehow it works.
Really?
They retreat,
Wow.
leaving her battered, but not broken.
I bet in that silence after the terror,
Yeah.
there's disbelief, relief, adrenaline,
Yeah.
but also the realization she survived,
Yeah.
that knowledge of her own strength.
That's got to be powerful.
Incredibly so.
So using that same darkness, she escapes the basement,
It's like she turns it on its head
right? And then she's out of the house.
into the night.
And the transcript talks about her feeling the cool air on her skin.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's powerful.
Like a balm.
It's that transition
Yeah.
from that suffocating basement to the open world.
And then she gets on a Greyhound bus
Okay.
putting distance between herself and what happened.
Yeah, the bus becomes this in-between space,
Right.
processing what happened, but also holding on to hope.
And for Phree, that hope is Toronto,
Okay.
specifically the CN Tower.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
She could see it from her town, less than 70 miles away.
Wow.
This beacon
Yeah.
in the city of dreams.
The power of that symbol.
It's huge. It gave her something to aim for.
Something tangible
Yeah.
in the midst of all that darkness.
But when she arrives in Toronto,
Yeah.
as the bus pulls into the station,
Mm-hmm.
she's hit with this wave of fear.
The reality of the situation.
Alone,
Yeah.
penniless,
Yeah.
nowhere to go.
It happens to so many people seeking refuge.
It does. You have the momentum of the journey,
Right.
but then
You stop and then
you have to face it.
I have to start over.
So she goes to find help,
Okay.
heads for the Yellow Pages
Right.
in the bus terminal
Right?
with 7
Sometimes
quarters.
quarters, that's all she has.
It's that small amount of change.
It really emphasizes how desperate her situation is.
It does. And she's struggling with the phone book.
Yeah.
Every wrong number.
Chipping away at her hope.
You could feel her panic.
The emotional toll.
Yeah.
Each wrong number just reinforces that isolation and despair.
And she's down to her lost quarter,
Oh, God.
makes a plea to God,
Wow.
dials one last number,
Ah.
and Lucretia answers.
Who's Lucretia?
An acquaintance who had once offered her shelter.
Oh, wow. What a relief that must have been.
It is almost miraculous.
That little bit of grace.
Yeah.
When she needed it most.
And Lucretia says she'll be there in less than an hour.
Wow. That's amazing.
A lifeline.
Yeah.
But then Lucretia's apartment,
Yeah.
it's chaos.
Oh, no.
Unwelcome sights and smells.
Not the safe haven she imagined.
Not at all.
Sometimes even help
Yeah.
comes with its own challenges.
And there are men in the apartment
Oh, God.
lurking around,
Yeah.
making threats.
So the danger's not gone?
No, it's just different.
Right, she's escaped one threat,
Yeah.
but she's vulnerable to others.
And her first night there is terrifying.
What happens?
Rats
Rats.
in her space.
Ah.
They even destroy her stuffed bear,
Ah.
which is just cruel.
Yeah, that's like a violation.
It is like she's not allowed any comfort.
So Toronto, this city of dreams,
Yeah.
it's become another trap.
And you have to wonder if she's looking at the CN Tower,
Yeah,
and it's this reminder of the hope.
the hope that brought her there.
But now it's bittersweet.
because the reality is so different.
So there's this one night
Yeah.
where she has this dream.
Okay.
She's being chased by shadows of rats
Oh, wow.
and these menacing men.
That's terrifying.
And then she wakes up,
Yeah.
and Lucretia is high,
Oh, God.
shaking her baby.
Oh.
And that's when Phree decides to leave.
She has.
She can't stay there.
It's more dangerous than the streets.
Her survival instincts kick in.
Yeah, she recognizes the danger.
But before she leaves,
What'd she do?
she reports it to Lucretia's mother.
Wow, even as she's fleeing.
Yeah, it's a small act.
But it shows she wants accountability.
Yeah, like someone should know.
It's a glimmer of hope that maybe someone will intervene, even though she has to take care of herself.
And then she's back on the streets of Toronto,
Alone again,
and it's this testament to her resilience,
navigating the city.
the indifference,
Yeah.
just wanting to escape,
What keeps her going?
survival,
Pure survival.
the trauma, the disappointments.
Yeah.
It all fuse her.
Her will to protect herself.
And she comes to a realization about Toronto.
What's that?
It has both light and darkness.
That's a tough lesson,
It is.
but it's true everywhere.
Yeah.
It's part of growing up.
The CN Tower was the light,
Yeah.
but now she's seeing the darkness.
And that's part of resilience, too.
We're facing it,
Accepting that challenges exist.
and it's made her strong.
She's not a runaway.
No.
She's a survivor.
And we find out something else.
Okay.
Phree wasn't technically a runaway.
What do you mean?
When she was 13,
Yeah.
her own mother
Her mother.
gave her a suitcase
Oh, God.
and told her to leave
Why?
to appease her abuser.
That's awful.
I know it's this horrible betrayal,
It's heartbreaking.
but it also, in a way,
Yeah.
forced her to develop those survival instincts,
Wow. A terrible thing.
leading to strength.
So Free's story this summer of 93.
Yeah.
It's fleeting hope.
Yeah.
Brutal reality.
No.
The CN Tower.
Yeah.
This symbol.
That pulls her to Toronto.
But then more hardship.
But she survives.
She does. And you just can't help but wonder.
How about Rain Rose?
Yeah. Could this be her story?
It's a question that stays with you.
It does.
Free's story, it forces us to confront the darkness in the world,
Yeah.
but it also shows the strength that can come from it.
So think about this.
Okay.
When have you seen symbols of hope
Yeah.
in the midst of darkness?
In your own life?
Yeah.
Or in stories?
What power do those symbols hold?
And how can hardship sometimes create this will to survive?
That you never knew you had.
Thank you for joining us for this deep dive.
It's been a tough one, but an important one.